to be Dave Sheridan, which it is, but guess who else is here? It's Felissa Rose.
The legendary Felissa Rose.
So this is amazing.
We love Shock Stock. This is...
I've been here 11
Yeah.
years.
Just waiting here for 11
Years. I've been at this table for 11 years. So my dream.
So,
What part is the stock?
I
This.
don't want to know.
So far I've seen a lot of shock, but I'm still, I know there's different rooms, so I'm going to find the stock.
Okay.
Yeah. Yeah.
I want to know your background to start, because am I right in saying that when you have a background in comedy,
We all have a background.
and
I use checkered pass.
Second City?
Second City, yes.
Yeah.
I went to college in New Jersey, and then I started working at CBS News, was my first job with Dan Rather. And then, while I was there, it was Operation Desert Storm. And they had that was the first time a war had like a logo and an action opening. It was like timpani drums. They were like boom, 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 and these jets flew out. And it said Operation Desert Storm. And I said, who did that? They got a logo for a war? And he goes, yeah, that's Steve down in the art department. So I went down to see him. That logo's really funny. He goes, thanks. He goes, what's your name? I said, I work with Dan Rather and Dave, you know. And then he said, well, what are you looking to do here? Because I'm like, oh no, I only took this job because I want to work at Saturday Night Live. But it was a whole, he's like, but this is CBS News. But I was like, I just got to get your foot in the door. And he goes, I happen to know the head writer at SNL. His name was Herb Sargent. And he started there in 1979. So, like 3 days later, he said, I talked to Herb. He said, come in for an interview. That's how quickly.
Tell the story, like everyone was wearing a suit.
I get in a waiting room, and they're all, it's all young men like myself and maybe one young woman, and they were all wearing suits and ties. And I came from working down at CBS, and so I had like dirty jeans, and it was like, this was like the early, 90, 91. And so, yeah, it was the grunge kind of thing, so I was very grungy. And I went in, I thought I was underdressed, and he said, you look like the kind of guy that I could like make you crawl through shit and you wouldn't quit. And I was like, yeah, I'll do whatever it takes. And he's like, that's what I wanted to hear. And he's like, you're dressed like shit, so I think I can roll you in shit, can't I? He's like, yeah, you can roll me in shit, whatever you want to do. He's like, and you won't quit, right? And I was like, I almost thought he was going to take a shit on my chest or something like that. Like it was somewhere, like Matt Lauer thing where he like closes the door with a lock or something like that. Like I was me too'd, I was me poo'd. Right there in my first interview. Right? That's how you get into business. If you're not willing to get me too'd, then you gotta get me poo'd. You can make a choice. One or two. Yeah. And so when I was at Saturday Night Live, I was writing, I was doing joke writing and writer's research, which meant I collected all the news clippings all week for Weekend Update. And so on Saturday morning, then I would lay everything out with the rest of the writers and say, I thought this photo was funny, this is a funny joke idea, here's a funny headline. And then they would come up with more stuff, and then we would solidify what the news articles were going to be for Weekend Update. Everyone would write stuff, then I would take that and put it all in order, and then go to the art, and shoot everything off a camera by 11:30 so that it could play on the TV, Because back then, this was pre-internet. I had to go order pictures, go run and get them. So I really did have to roll in shit. It did.
It was pretty shitty.
And yeah, and Adam Sandler and Chris Rock and Chris Farley were all there at the time. And Sandler and Rock took me out to do stand-up comedy. I'd open up in front of them, and I sucked. And they'd bring me back in the office like on Monday, and they'd say, give notes how I could do better. And then Chris Farley's like, well, what's your routine? I said, I just do like commercial parodies, and I just play characters, and I just do sketches, like one-man sketches. And he said, sounds like you would do better at Second City. I never even really knew what it was. I knew SCTV, but I didn't know Second City as like an improv and a theater thing. I just thought it's where funny people were. So then I went out, and he made a phone call, and he said, you're hired there, but you gotta go. So I made a choice. Yeah.
So comedy was always something that, is that what you really wanted to go into then, right from the start? Because I know you were more of a serious actor.
Oh yeah.
Serious actor, but was comedy your passion?
Yes. I take comedy seriously. It's a serious art form.
You're very serious.
You know what I mean?
And
So,
Felissa, what
right?
about you? Is comedy ever anything in your background?
it should be, but
Yeah?
it's in her future.
As a-
She's one of the funniest women I know.
Believe me, I know.
Yeah.
I know, but every film she's
Funny looking!
Yeah.
No, and Victor Crowley, she's hilarious in Victor Crowley. And that was our first film we did together. So I didn't know that she was like a horror actress and serious stuff. I thought she was a comedic actor like myself. Because that film had a lot of comedic actors in it. Myself, Q, Laura, the lead, she does the cartoons, voices and stuff like
Has
that.
anyone seen Victor Crowley? Have you seen? Yay! That was the first movie we did together.
Yeah,
And how many have you done in total?
I have a
35.
list that James sent to me
I
yesterday.
do.
Yeah.
Yeah, because we always
We
say,
put it on
well,
3 pages.
I was saying
Yes,
37,
35
and then
projects.
my memory is at 35 now, so maybe there's two
Waiting
more.
for my medal.
Yeah,
Waiting for my award.
exactly, your pension. You have a pension for something.
For working.
What's it like working
Pension
now
for
without your
pain.
friends?
Pension for pain.
Right? So
Best friends.
working with your friends. Terrible.
Yeah, never work with your friend. You just want to wait. You don't want to work anymore. You just want to get off and get off. Thank you. That's right. That's what I do. Comedy. I mean, no, I do jokes. I don't.
No, it's fun because when you're, thank you. When you're, no, I'm kidding. When you're, making a film or a TV show, whatever, you want to be safe. You want to feel safe, and you want to feel like you can trust the person you're working with. So when you have someone who's a really good friend at the other end, like being your partner, your acting partner, it feels phenomenal. And we've done so many things together. We worked with Ginger Lynn, who's here.
Oh, yeah.
Ginger kills you in a film that we did.
Lady killers.
Lady Killer. I'm the Lady Killer. I killed them all. Richard Grieco was my first husband. Dave Sheridan, my second. I killed them all.
It sounds autobiography.
It's autobiographical.
Do you, and so, you've done this many films together. Are you planning other films coming up? Obviously, I guess you are.
Of course.
Can you talk about?
We might be shooting a movie here
That's
in
what
London,
I-
Ontario.
This is something you'd say.
Yeah.
But we wouldn't be acting in it.
No, it would be her directorial debut.
So this is.
And we thought it'd be better to
Never
be.
directed!
Yeah.
Look out! Could be a car crash.
If anyone can direct.
We thought if there's a country that would let you direct, it's got to be Canada. So, yeah,
That
probably.
would let me!
Yeah.
I'm
So
like,
it's gonna happen.
You're my
But
only.
yeah, you have writing background, you have acting. What is your passion?
Writing. I like writing.
Really?
Yeah.
That's so crazy to me because he's the greatest actor
It is,
I've
yeah,
ever
but
worked with.
so many.
He's our #1 character actor in independent films. He is by far, such a superior comedian and dramatic actor. And when he takes on these roles, as the producer of the movie, I want to kill myself because he's like, I need yellow glasses, shorts that are short shorts, I need this hat, that, and I'm like, shut the fuck up. Because
But on these
we have a
independent-
$2 budget, Dave Sheridan.
I know. I usually buy all my own stuff though. Usually. One time was down with in
Camp Twilight.
Camp Twilight in Florida. I
Yeah.
think I just didn't have time to go get the stuff.
He was the ranger,
Right.
and I got to kill him. And he was so angry that he got
I
on the
was.
plane and he called me and said, I don't think my character Bob should have been
Did anyone see that film?
No.
Camp Twilight. It's available. It's out there. I play Ranger Bob. He's the sweetest guy in the world.
Ranger Bob was lovely.
He's not even involved in anything.
It's a movie!
He's collecting pine cones and he gets killed. And then when she kills me, it's from behind with a machete and she's
Do it
standing over
more.
me.
Kill
And he's
him
like,
more.
and he's
He's
going,
like,
harder, harder, scream. Take it out. Every man that's ever done you bad, take it. And she's like, ah! Then they called cut and they moved. They were running behind. They go, we gotta go. And they left me. They left me lying down in the
Yes,
puddle.
we did.
Everyone was gone. And then I had 1% on my phone to walk back to base camp through these woods. It died. It was like a horror movie. And there were these raccoons in the woods, and they were rabid. And they said, don't feed the raccoons, they're rabid. There was signs everywhere. These guys had lunch before, and they left all the food in a garbage can. So as I get back, I pass by that, and there's there was like three like raccoons in the garbage can. I go, oh crap. And then they stood up on their hind legs. And they must have been like 4 feet. They were really, they were like, it was like her scream at the end of Sleepaway Camp. It was like I came upon Sleepaway Raccoon Camp. You know, they were like.
I call them crickets. In America, I call them crickets. I don't know what you guys call them.
What are you on, Sheridan?
Running, and I was getting.
He's like, you all left me, and I just got killed, and I'm covered in blood, and there's a bad raccoon situation. I was like, we're moving on. Have a good flight.
Yeah.
He never let me forget it.
If anyone's ever been killed
Look,
with
we're
big
listening
blood,
to this stupid story now.
it's like made of like glycerol or whatever. So as it starts to coagulate and dry, it gets really sticky, like, you know. So I'm running, I'm sticking. The thickets is real uncut.
Yes. And he did. And that was like film number 3 for us.
Yeah.
It wasn't like he stuck around. Every movie I produced, he's like, "Is there a role for me?" And I was like, "Yeah, Dave Sheridan, you're amazing. Come
It was my
on."
first get killed. Her first movie out the gate of me.
I filled in for Eric Roberts in the second one, The Stand Man.
I love Eric Roberts!
Thank you.
Eric Roberts.
Elementary movies!
I love playing his roles that he doesn't show up for. I love playing his roles that he doesn't show up for. Yeah, no, he was in this movie that she was making, and I just was visiting set. And then the next day she called.
Visiting.
Yeah.
I was like
Around lunch. I was visiting set, just visiting set around lunchtime. I like getting
Just
free
wanted
lunch.
to eat.
Yeah.
And I was like, Dave Sheridan's coming to set.
Yeah.
I was like, oh my God, I love Dave Sheridan.
We were actually shooting at a casino, and the camera, you guys, that's the bar. This is the bar. Like, oh, Dave, we're in here, we're shooting. And it was an active bar, but they're shooting over here. But so, like, where you guys are sitting, and it's like, we're leaning against the bar. You're like, do you want a drink? We're like, sure.
Yeah.
Like, I was like 10 minutes on her movie set, and we're drinking. I'm like, what is going on?
Right?
That's
Yeah.
when he got, that's when he wanted
That's what I say. I like
to
this.
make my movie.
I love the way this is shot. I love the way you work.
He's like, is this how you produce? I'm
Right.
like, get fucked up, it's all good. We're having fun.
But she started killing me immediately in her movies. Before that, like Scary Movie, I was like 26-0. Believe it or not, there's like 26 kills in Scary Movie because I killed like 14 people at the party. And then in Devil's Rejects, my friend thought, oh, you're definitely getting killed here. And I killed them, even though they come back and I had a little problem with Rob Zombie on that. We talked it through. He took my kill count away. And then Victor Crowley, I met her on. If I don't want to spoil her, but I killed Victor Crowley. So I'm like, but I do die in that, technically.
You dead.
But then I started doing movies with her, and my kill count went the other way. It's like I was just a guy getting killed.
How many times have you been killed?
By me?
Yeah.
A lot.
Yeah.
Like,
Probably like 10 or 15, yeah. So before I was like, probably like a 32-0. So now I'm like 32-16 or something like that.
well, I don't.
Another one happened. It was called Bloody Summer Camp. If you haven't seen this film, it's a little independent film, but this one's actually it's pretty good. It's good. It came out good.
It's very
They don't all come out good. I think we all know that.
They all have their.
We love doing them. I love shooting independent movies, though. I love being able to do what you want to do.
And you played the show.
You know what I mean? Yeah. Played the sheriff. I was catching the bad guy. We were literally shooting a scene where, get him out of here. Right. She's leaving for the airport, though. We still had some shooting to do. And as she's leaving, I went, I don't die in this movie. And she like, what? She didn't realize I didn't die in the movie. And then the director comes in. I just got a text from Felissa. It was heading to the airport. It said, kill the sheriff. And I was like, what? He goes, yeah. And that was real. You really did that. You really said, kill the sheriff. Oh.
And my character died, and they flew me back the next week. My character was hung, and they said, and your character is coming back to life. And they had me hanging again when they flew me back, and I went, I woke up, and the sheriff's
Somehow the sheriff,
dead.
that's the bad guy.
But you can come back then.
Who? Her?
No, you can.
No,
Why not? You can always come back.
You can always
No,
come
you
back.
can't come back.
Okay. You can.
If the producer says no, you don't come back.
So you're gonna have to talk about Doofy then, because
Oh,
that's
Doofy!
a lovely character.
The greatest character ever.
I love playing Doofy. I still play him. So.
And Doofy was based on a character before.
That's right. What do you got there? You did some
Nothing.
research.
Oh, well, it's my memory.
Your memory.
Yeah, I have
From
to
another.
write things down or else I forget. But no, I saw that you had a character, and I believe it was Chip.
Yeah, that's right. Chip.
Oh, baby.
And I did 2 short films with that character, and Miramax saw the tapes. This was prior to the internet, so it was VHS tapes that would kind of circulate around. And one of the development executives there, Peter Schwerin, he was turned on to my tape. He brought it to Cary Grant and Bob Weinstein was really my contact, because he really ran Dimension. Yeah, Harvey. Exactly. So again, I didn't have to meet Two, I only had to meet Pooh. If you know Bob Weinstein. Nobody sends the shit on your chest guys to jail. No, because nobody wants to. He shit on my chest for the role. No, but I'm just saying, like, the women hold on to things for 20 years, but a man that gets shit on the chest, he's like 40 years from now, you're gonna hear, Bob, that was Bob Weinstein, pooped on my chest. For the role. Yeah, so they called me and said, we have this movie, scary movie. Although it was called Scream, if you know what I did last Halloween, we shot it. Because Scream was called Scary Movie. So David Arquette's chair says Dewey, Scary Movie. His chair, and mine says Doofy, Scream. Isn't that so weird? Our chairs are completely opposite. Yeah, we should wrestle for chair backs. That's what you should wrestle for. Yeah. I do want to wrestle him.
You should.
Call him out right now.
Hardcore match.
Yeah.
Heavyweight champion.
Who is?
Our cat.
Fuck him. Fuck Arquette.
Oh, he's the what champion?
I'll go right through this table right now, but I know there's another panel at some point. Yeah. Look at these guns, Arquette.
That would be their better.
Can't take me. I want to wrestle this Doofy though with the closer. My closer move will be with the vacuum hose. You know what I mean? Yeah. That's right.
His clothes are moved.
Mhm.
And so you got the role.
Yes, they said we want you to play Chip as Doofy, and then so I wear that backpack as Doofy. Now, in the movie, I presented the backpack to the director, Keena. I go, I want to wear this backpack because I want to have the Ghostface stuff in the backpack. Because I hate a movie where it's like, where did they get the Ghostface stuff? But and so in the end of the movie, you see him open up my backpack and the mask and the knife and everything's in the backpack. But reality was the Chip costume was in the backpack. I wanted to keep Chip on me, so that's really why I always had the backpack. But I told everybody that I was acting, oh, I have the Ghostface stuff in here.
That's really
But it was Chip's costume.
You love Chip so much.
Yeah, exactly. Because it was based on some people I knew in my neighborhood growing up. Huh?
That's right.
Yeah, Bruce and this guy Adam and a guy named Tony Radio. But we took, in my short films, Chip listens to a weather radio, and he's always repeating, it's partly cloudy, chance of rain, sunny, and he would tell people what the weather is. As the weather was coming through on a little weather radio. But that was Tony Radio in my neighborhood. We do that. So that's in our shorts with Chip, but we didn't bring that into Doofy. But we had to walk and talk.
Yes, you do. Yes.
Yeah, and the whistle.
Yeah.
And you had a hand in creating the screen accurate mask, which I think you have.
Yes.
For sale.
Yeah, because I stole the masks that I wore. No, I didn't. I made a deal with them. I traded out. Yeah, because I wanted to keep the Ghostface stuff. I should have kept the Doofy stuff. I didn't, because I looked at that going, I can make that stuff, which I did,
Yeah.
and it wouldn't fit me anyway. I grew a little bit more since then. For
I got a
Arquette.
text, excuse me.
Hold on, is it Arquette? Is it David Arquette?
No, it's my friend Carrie Murphy, who I met at a convention.
I know
I always
Carrie.
say my best friends I
Yeah.
mentioned. And she just wanted to say she's stoned. I am stoned. I'm watching Sleepaway Camp and I'm stoned and I'm out of booze. But I miss you.
Definitely sounds like one of Felissa's best friends. Yeah.
She's gonna.
She's stoned. We can't do that.
Why?
We don't-
She don't remember.
She'll be FaceTime.
Yes.
If she picks up, I'll be stoned. Can you do it? Oh.
I don't know.
No, he's not letting you do it.
Like it here.
I don't know.
She must have a different type of phone, it's not available.
Yeah, maybe you don't want to bombard her.
Well, she's
with
drunk in
that.
stone, so maybe we
No.
should just
Maybe
let
we
her
don't.
enjoy.
Yeah.
Sorry, back to our originally scheduled program. Dave Sheridan.
Why do people still love this character? Almost like 20 years later.
Oh,
More than
I
20
can
years
tell you
later.
why.
Tell me.
She
Oh, I
can
know
speak
why,
that,
but I
'cause-
want to-
Because Doofy's really sweet.
He really is.
And truthfully, I feel like it's so beautiful to watch a movie where, I mean, I can speak for myself, like I was super insecure as like an adolescent. And when I played Angela in Sleepaway Camp, that was truly like a lot of my emotion. And we always say that Doofy and Angela are similar in that they were picked on.
Yeah, bully.
They weren't who they really were,
Right.
seemed to be.
It's revealed that there's
And
somebody
at
else.
the
in
end, you
They're
see
also gonna kill
somebody
him.
totally different.
And they'll
We
kill him.
take it all off and, well, you don't see his cock, but
Yeah.
you see mine.
You can imagine.
But whose dick is bigger? No, I'm
Right.
kidding.
We'll start filming that in London.
You just see me and Dave sitting there naked. It's like,
It's fine. Oh, that's a really interesting comparison.
Right?
I love
Isn't
that.
it?
Yes.
I think so. Do you see that? Doofy and Angela being like similar?
That's amazing.
Yeah.
I love that.
For people who haven't seen
Well,
Sleepaway Camp, they're
she's
like,
got-
"What are you? Why is your dick on this conversation?" Like, I know they have. You haven't seen it, right?
Gavin, no.
He's like,
I
Gave a little bit away there.
you
'Cause
still
I
won't
told him
get
to hang in till the end.
Still have
It's totally nuts.
Yeah.
Well, watch
It's,
tonight.
it's totally nuts
Yeah.
at the end.
She's not kidding.
I don't want
I don't
to
wanna-
be a dick
yeah.
and tell everybody
Yeah.
everything.
Don't be a dick and ruin it. Yeah.
Does anybody have any questions? Because I don't want to be the only one speaking here. If somebody has a question, be vocal. Do it. Yes.
Question for Dave.
Thank you.
I know
I can answer that.
I've heard
Yes.
William Forsythe talk about like Devil's Rejects. What was the
Yes, William Forsythe's a liar. 100%.
like? What was the audience split on who they were cheering for between Sheriff Whitell and you versus the Firefly family? Because I was rooting for you.
Oh, you were?
Yeah.
Well, then it would be like 1,000 to 1.
I,
You're the only guy.
I wanted you guys to fuck up the Firefly family.
Well, we did. We did. And that, I went to 3 from Hell, and I was already growing my hair out anyway, and I can grow a beard pretty quick, so I went full Ray Dobson down the red carpet, and I was like, fuck this. I fucking killed them. They're dead. I don't know what this is a dream sequence or something, right? And then I saw Rob at the after party, yeah, and I was like, dude, what? You took my kill count away. And I was wondering what he was going to say, and he actually had a great answer, because when he was shooting the Halloween movies, and he was like, he got a little bitter. He's like, why am I shooting, John Carpenter's killer? Why does John Carpenter's killer keep able to come back, and Jason can come back? Well, then my killers should be able to come back. And I was like, that's a great answer. But then I said, well, then Ray Dobson, who's not dead, can keep coming back and hunting them down. So hopefully that'll be the next round. Is Ray now is a sheriff years later and is tracking them down, whoever's left. So, but yeah, I think you might be a rarity that, like, the law enforcement. I don't know.
Dave, so obviously at this point you've kind of been a recurring player in a bunch of Wayans films. What's
Yeah.
that relationship been like?
Lots of me poo. Lots of me poo stuff. You don't get 8 films with the Wayans if you're not willing to go me poo. Which is actually true, because after Scary Movie, Keenan was like, this white guy will do anything. Yeah, he's crazy. And so, I know you're saying, look at all the movies he's in, but if you also look at the roles that they put me in, it's like, who the fuck would do this one? Oh, that's a Sheridan role. Just call him in, he'll do it. So, yeah.
11 movies, right?
Yeah. I think the hardest, because when he made me whack off in the vacuum, that was a surprise. That was not in the script. I did the vacuum thing down the hall that everyone knows, like, don't disturb me. And it cracked him up so much. I go, we gotta go into his room now and see him with this vacuum. And So they built the cheesiest one flat set. That bedroom at the end is just one little wall because they had to build it really quick. And I was wondering why I was getting called in so early. I go, oh, I'm shooting as Ghostface like in the afternoon, but why am I coming in at like 10 a.m.? And he goes, I'm gonna take you back here. Look, it's your first film, right? Yeah, well, comedians have to be fearless. A real comedian has no boundaries. A real comedian is gonna do what it takes, etc., etc. Oh, hello. How you doing? Welcome to Alcoholics Anonymous. I'm Dave, and I'm an alcoholic. Welcome to Adult. Yeah. So, meet Poo. It's not my favorite. They heard a lot of good stuff. They're like, that sounds really interesting in there. Yeah. They built a set, he brings me around, and he's like, and I see the vacuum on the bed, and I'm like, what's going on? He goes, I want you to stick your dick in that vacuum. I'm gonna film it. And I'm like, well, what am I gonna do? He goes, you'll figure it out. Just, you know, there was no lines, no anything. He goes, just get up there and you'll find it, you'll figure it out. Yeah. Right, and so the best part was like when we shot like the shower scenes, you know, there's nude girls. It's called what's called a lock set, where if you're not essential, you're not supposed to be there. It's like a sound person, the makeup person, right, and that's it. Mine was like open set. It's like, yeah, he's gonna do it. He's gonna stick his dick in. And they're like, get down here now. Anybody's on lunch? You want to get in here? And I was like, wait, I thought this. And he's like, and they were making a Sylvester Stallone movie, like at the studio set next to us, and they're calling him going, is anyone you got busy? You want to get over? He's gonna stick his dick in the vacuum. Like what? Like there was people like. I can't. No comment. No comment. No comment.
I'll ask one more time.
No. I didn't. But, and that's how I found the thing, because I didn't want to do it, so I was doing a thing with the vacuum going, no. I said, no more. No, I'm breaking up.
You were breaking up.
Yeah, that's what I'm telling you no, because I didn't want to do it. And I'm like, okay, fine. And I did it, but he goes, I told you would find it. I told you to find the comedy.
Do you have to audition for his movies anymore, or does he just say, we need you?
Yeah, I never even auditioned because I met with Keenan as Doofy, as Chip. I came as Chip in full Chip because it already existed, and Miramax just said, we want you to play this, but you do have to get Keenan to sign off. So I had a meeting. I wouldn't really call it an audition.
But now, does he still call you?
Well, yeah. I did, the last one I did was, it was called Boo when we shot it. All these movies are called something else when you shoot it. It came out as The Curse of Bridge Hollow. It was my latest one on Netflix. Do you guys have Netflix up there? I think you have The Curse of Bridge Hollow. It's like a family movie, a family Halloween movie. But it's cool because I had an idea similar, and then they called me and said, we're doing this, and it was the Halloween decorations come alive and attack like the neighborhood. So, all right.
Thank you for being here.
Please go to their table because they're lovely to continue speaking with. But the room has to go to whoever's next.
And you can see any of our films, pictures of them that we've been in, all 35.
Any Lifetime movies coming out?
Which one?
Any Lifetime movies?
She's got Lifetime movies. I want one.
With Eric Roberts.
Yeah.
I play, he's the stalker doctor.
I wrote one and never got made. I do a lot of writing. I did sell one. I sold a Lifetime movie. It was called Midwife Crisis. And, yep, I did. And it didn't. And it was like a towering inferno. It was Die Hard set with a midwife who's giving birth, but she also has to fight off all these people.
Yeah, you really find out if these things are true with you.
No, that's true. Absolutely
I
true.
believe it until, you know.
And it was with the producer of Rob Zombie's this guy, Mike Elliott. All right. Okay.
So much, thank you.
Ain't that talk?